Face.
I'm floating.
Yeah.
Or what? So, welcome to episode 4 of Meet the Peeps. Today, our guest is Lee, and I'm gonna have him introduce himself because he has a much nicer voice than me.
Wow, come on, man. I thought you gotta sound more enthusiastic when you say my name, bro.
It was at this moment that he knew.
It's 3 words,
I'm
though.
messing with you.
Three words, 3 letters.
Nah, I'm joking. So yeah, how you say, my nickname is Lee, but my government name is Lehady Sani-Agatha. Nobody can say my full name, especially back home in the States, so I gave myself the name Lee because I was tired of teachers butchering my name
I can feel
and raising
that.
my hand saying that was me, and then I was like, you know what, let me just call myself Lee, and then my parents started calling me Lee too, so.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, it's short and simple.
It's catchy.
But it's funny when people think like they're expecting like a Asian person, and then I show up.
Think of that.
Yeah, and then I show up.
At least, so who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you? Where'd you come from?
I'm everything and nothing at the same time.
No, let's start simple. How'd you get to Croatia? Like,
Man,
what led up to that?
Yeah, this is like the question I get daily. But yeah, it's a long story, but I'll make it short. Short version is I was in the Air Force for 6 years, right? So I was stationed in Japan, Okinawa, Japan, then stationed in Italy, Aviano, Italy. I went to multiple deployments in between, but when I was stationed in Italy for 4 years, somebody told me about Croatia, and I'm sorry about this, but I didn't know about Croatia, the country.
I mean, not a lot of people outside of the region do.
Yeah, I felt bad.
I told you about Germany, France,
Yo, I felt bad because I never even knew it was a country till like 2012. I came back from my deployment in Afghanistan, in Qatar, and then my friends like, yo, you gotta hear about this country. It's amazing. Da da da. The food's great. The women's are gorgeous. Da da da. I was like, all right, come on, let's go see what you're talking about. And came to Croatia. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And eventually, I met my wife now, but prior she was my girlfriend. So every like 2 weeks, I used to travel for 3 hours from Italy to Croatia to come see her. Right? We've been together almost like 10 years now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So it's almost 10 years. Yeah, it'll be 10 years. Yeah. So 2012 when I came to Croatia. So then I got out of the military, went back to the States in Washington D.C. I'm from Northern Virginia, but I commute and work in D.C. Right, and working at the State Department. And then I decided to go back to school, and because I had a criminal justice degree, but then I wanted to change career fields, and I was like, you know what? Let me try the IT route, and then I found out about RIT.
Computers.
Yeah. I found out about RIT, but the thing is, I had a struggle. I don't know if I explained this to you before.
I don't think so.
I was trying to use my in the military, when you serve a certain amount of years, they give you a GI Bill.
Yeah.
And they pay your full tuition. Plus, they'll give you an allowance every month while you're going to school, right? And I was trying to use my GI Bill here in RIT Croatia. And I remember this, I forgot his name, the recruiter guy over here. Thank God he made a mistake. Tony? Okay, yeah.
Was it Tony?
Really? Really? No, really good that he made a mistake, because if he never made that mistake, I wouldn't have been here. So he was like, yeah, you can come here, you can use whatever, yeah, we can do everything. I was like, so I got hyped, I got excited, right? So I flew back to the States, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for RIT Croatia, I can use my tuition, I still get paid like I'm in New York, but living here. And then I found out they couldn't accept it. They told me that they couldn't accept because the GI Bill wasn't approved here, right?
Yeah.
And then the person that was the VA rep in the main campus in Rochester was telling me, you know what, just come to our school in New York, it'll be the same type of,
it's
curriculum.
the same thing. Yeah,
yeah,
same
but I was
curriculum.
like, hell no, because if I go to school there, not as in the educational hell no. I'm talking about like I'm still gonna have to work because it's very expensive up there, right?
It's
GI Bill wasn't gonna cut it for me.
Six times as expensive as it is here.
Exactly. So.
Tuition, right?
Just the tuition.
Yeah, just tuition, right? So then I was able to, I didn't give up, right? And I looked up the regs and I found out, I highlighted the regs for the VA rep. I was like, look, there's a way for you to apply for RIT Croatia to be eligible for the GI Bill. And then when I brought it to her, she was like, okay, yeah, like she knew about it. I was like, okay, well, why don't you bring this up? I had to bring this up.
Because this is simpler. It's less bureaucracy.
Right? I didn't give up, right? And I looked up the regs and I found out, I highlighted the regs for the VA rep. I was like, look, there's a way for you to apply for RIT Croatia to be eligible for the GI Bill. And then when I brought it to her, she was like, okay, yeah, like she knew about it. I was like, okay, well, why don't you bring this up? I had to bring this up.
Because this is simpler. It's less bureaucracy.
Right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, and then honestly, it took 6 months. 6 months, man. I was contacting where the files were going. I was contacting whoever had the paperwork. Like I even went to the Board of Education in New York, and I was calling one of the reps like, "Yo, did you guys sign this? What's going on? This and that." 6 months, and then it finally got approved, and then I flew out here. So when you see all these VA students here, like
You were the first
I was
one.
the first.
Yeah,
one.
but I know you were.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the first one. Yeah. Paved the way, man. Paved the way. It should have a statue on me right there, right? I'm joking. But yeah, and then honestly, it took 6 months. 6 months, man. I was contacting where the files were going. I was contacting whoever had the paperwork. Like I even went to the Board of Education in New York, and I was calling one of the reps like, "Yo, did you guys sign this? What's going on? This and that." 6 months. And then it finally got approved, and then I flew out here. So when you see all these VA students here, like
You were the first one.
I was the first
Yeah,
one.
but I know you were.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the first one. Yeah. Paved the way, man. Paved the way. It should have a statue on me right there, right? I'm joking. But
We should get Lee a statue in RIT though, like a bus.
Once that as a Bruce Lee in the middle of the city.
Right. Exactly, right? So that happened, and then that's why I'm here, man. And I never look back.
So you like it here? You think it's worth it?
I love it here because I made Croatia a home for myself, and that's what I say to other people. Because I've seen a lot of my friends that came here and then they left. They left because they didn't have a plan or they didn't really make it a home for them. So. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I get it.
I'll say if you come here, have a plan or at least know what you want to get out of it, right?
It's cheap. You still need money.
Exactly. But I made a home for myself here. Like as we'll talk later, as me doing music, making really meaningful relationship. Of course, my wife is here and her parents, but just outside of that as well, like having a career here and doing what I love as a passion as well. Having some type of organization to do that as well.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's good that it worked out, and I use worked out. But
you're right.
You gotta struggle for that, I guess.
Of course. It was hard for me at first. I won't lie, bro. When I first came here, like your guys' education is way harder than in the States. Like we have I think 7 or 8 classes in high school. You guys got how many classes in Korea?
Depends on the high school, but between 12 to 18
come
or
on,
17.
man. That's why we got reality shows in the States. We have so much time to to play football and all that.
So, but how'd your parents react or accept or didn't accept that you wanted to go to Croatia?
To be honest, they told me why? They're trying to talk me out of it. They're like, what's Croatia? Is this near the Middle East? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why do you need to go somewhere else where you have everything here in the States? So they didn't. I knew it was going to be hard for me to convince them why. I just had to show them, if you know what I'm trying to say. And now we talking currently. Now everybody wants to come visit me. Now everybody's telling them how great Croatia is, and they see how I made a life for myself here, and they're happy for me, and they also want to come here and visit and experience some of that too as well.
So, and in the end, your parents came around. They realized that like it's cool here, right?
I could have at that moment. I could have said anything, but it was so far fetched for them.
Yeah.
Oblivious. They're like, I just knew. I was like, you know what? Just wait and see. You'll see how when I show you, and when you guys come here and stuff like that. So I kind of envisioned myself where I can make something out of myself over here, and then a few years later, then now they're really happy I made that decision.
Yeah. So what's your? I know you're in like 19 different jobs, right? You're a man of many talents.
Oh, man,
what's primary work? And we'll get to the rest later because that's
primary where I'm currently doing.
Interesting as everything.
What I'm currently doing, I'm the COO and CTO of a digital, IT company.
And you like it there?
Yeah, I love it because I was able to have a very meaningful impact in the company. Where when I came in as an intern.
That's right.
I came in as an intern.
You did your co-op there,
I did my co-op there. Scott's the one. Yeah,
Scott
American,
Coleman, right?
Scott Coleman, American professor here at RIT. He randomly, at first he reached out to me. He's like, yo, I'm creating a company. You want to join? But I was actually working for Andre's company at Enum. I was an intern. And then I was like, no, I'm already doing the intern, right? And then the following year, I needed some internship. And I remember when Scott last year asked me, so I just emailed him. And I was like, it was just winging it. And he's like, yo, come to the office. And then came as an intern.
And it worked out.
Yeah. They didn't know what to put me at. And I was like, yo, I can code. And they put me in just gave me a task to do, and I fixed it.
You did it?
And then I just worked
working,
worked my way up. But then, after two and a half years, they, of course, my military experience, how I knew leading a team in the military that helped me in the organization. I moved up to CTO, and then they saw how I was handling the department, and then they wanted that management to reflect throughout the whole company. So the CEO, he decided he wanted to concentrate more on investors and enterprise level sales. While
you handled the company and the culture and everything.
Exactly, and that's how I became CEO and CTO.
That's sick.
Yeah, no,
that is pretty sick.
No, I appreciate it, and I always appreciate him to give me that ability to prove myself. To him and for myself as well. So it's been I think a year and a half now I've been in that executive level. Yeah,
because it takes guts. Even though one of your employees, he has relevant experience. It's not his first day at the office. It still takes a special kind of person to say, you know what, do it.
No, definitely.
Get on up here.
Yes.
Especially because a lot of people feel threatened in that position.
Yes, and everybody, let me just say this, everybody wants to be bosses. Everybody wants to be bosses until you gotta be a boss. And you have to actually deal with everybody's shit. The biggest thing is to manage multiple personalities and trying to find out the talents from certain people
and
put them in
how people fit with each other.
And place them in where they can best utilize them with their talents. And then pick out the ones that are bad and try to minimize it as soon as possible.
So outside of IT and your business-oriented mind, I mean, I'm pulling for straws here, right? But what else do you do?
I'm a DJ. That's my alter ego, Batman Robin thing.
Damn good.
No, honestly, I did it as a hobby, right? And it kind of rolled to something bigger than I actually didn't expected, so it was kind of I was DJing in the basement with June, June was June. Right? And then it got to a point where we kept on DJing, and then we got to bigger venues. We DJed for the top clubs here, right? Opera or Johan Frank and things like that.
Good parties.
Yeah.
Those were good parties.
Yeah, thank you, man. So even DJed for they even hit me up now for in June coming up. I'm about to DJ again for Bosch Nosh. Bosch Nosh, the festival.
Oh, it's gonna be happening.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we don't want to plug stuff that isn't ours, right? But I'm happy that it's happening. It's a good event.
Yeah. So that festival, I'm gonna DJ for that festival. Yeah. I got that, and then also a new thing that started 4 weeks ago. I got my own radio show with one of my best friends out here, Tone. Tone.
I know Tone.
The rapper Tone, right? Me and him, we've been linked up for a few years now. We got our own radio show on Yamats FM.
And it's really good.
Appreciate it, man.
What's it called? Heat, right?
Heat. It's called Heat. You know, so we try to bring. It's kind of like we want to continue that. And when I talk to Philly, like Fat Philly, who brought all these big artists to Croatia, like from Nas to DMX and things like that, Snoop Dogg and stuff. I even talked to him. I was like, yo, the point of the show was kind of like passing the torch. Like what he started, when he brought these artists over here and inspired a lot of people about hip hop. We want to like inspire the new generation on like modern hip hop and R&B, and also pay respect as well.
Sort of like Blackout 2.0.
Well, we have our own thing, but yeah,
I mean,
it wouldn't be. Yeah.
I don't mean it as a like you're just trying to copy the style, right? No. But do for this generation what they did for their generation.
Exactly. Right.
Sort of
pay respects that we wouldn't be here if he didn't do what he did in the beginning.
Yeah. I remember. I mean, I was still a kid then when that was going on.
Yeah.
But I remember that was pretty much the only stuff I listened to on the radio.
Yeah.
I like forced my parents to put it on the radio.
Yeah.
And it was either that, because growing up and still, it was either hip hop or rock or metal and stuff like that. Yeah. And one of the other hosts on Radio 101 at that time, it was either like Blackout at that time slot, or it was a rock/metal show, or however you want to call it, in that same slot on different days.
Yes.
And it always coincided with when I was coming home from school or going to practice or whatever.
No, I get it.
It was just like
playing it.
Play it. Play it.
But the thing is, you know what's crazy? Hip hop is the #1 popular genre in the world right now, right? And in Croatia, there's only 2 hip hop programs. It's us, Heat, and Fat Philly's Blackout right now.
Yeah.
And 808, Radio 808.
Yeah, they are there now. Yeah.
On Mondays. Yeah, he brought it back. So on Mondays. So there's only 2 programs right now. So you know we're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna spread the love and the music and everything. So
I do like that.
Yeah.
me personally.
No, man.
All right, we're gonna move back to professional
talk.
Stuff.
Yeah. No worries.
I mean, music's part of your career, so I don't see why we don't involve that as well. But what would you say is the most exciting project you've worked on or will work on, if you can talk about it, obviously? Right?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it, but the most exciting thing is what I'm doing right now. Right now, you know, the company I work at is TDA. We connect, we're like the Tinder for business, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
So we connect agencies and clients together, right? So before we were kind of like a marketplace and hiring business, but now we're extending our life cycle where you can find, hire, and also manage your projects, right? So now...
Yeah, so sort of like consultancy and management, as well as finding the right deal.
Exactly, right? And then we're building a whole new platform. We're replacing the old TDA. We're actually going to rebrand to another name, which we'll disclose later, you know, in the future.
Obviously, yeah, all good.
But we're creating a new platform which will be amazing, where you can actually, like I said, easily find, communicate with other companies, have video calls, and also you'll be able to have digital contracts and then manage projects all throughout the platform. So that's something I'm really excited about, and we've been working on that for almost a year now.
I'd be excited too if I was on a project like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and then using the latest technology and everything, right?
So, obviously, getting to where you are is already amazing, right? But is there anything in your career path, sort of up to this point, that you feel like you've regretted or feel that it was a mistake that you did?
Honestly, you're probably gonna think it's like lame for me to say, but not really. There's nothing, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for, you know, like I can give you like a short story. No, it's not like a story, but like I remember where like I failed, right? When I got in trouble one time in the military, right? Before that, I was like I went to deploy. I got medals for going to war. I was doing everything perfect. Everything was going right? And then I had one slip up in the military where I had to, I got reduced rank for a moment. And then I felt like everything was like, was falling, was into place, But then I really got to know myself through that failure.
Yep.
Because then I got to see who I really am and how resilient I am, right? When everything is not working out, you really start to see who you are, right? Yep. you see if you're strong or not, So after that, when that moment happened, I went back to school. I got my criminal justice degree. I did the punishment that the military gave me, right? Exceeded that, moved up to a different department, and also got my rank back within a few months span of time, and even like passed rank with other people who never even got in trouble. You know what I'm trying to say? So it was kind of like that push for me, and actually made me more confident because then I wasn't as scared to fail. Even that's part of the reason why I moved to Croatia. Like I wasn't like scared to fail. It was just like it gave me more confidence to come here and try something new that wasn't certain. It wasn't certain if I was going to graduate RIT, if everything was going to work out, if I was going to be here. But you have to at least try and be confident in yourself.
Yeah, I get that sort of understanding yourself through failure.
Yeah.
And it definitely is a confidence booster after that. Just because if stuff starts going wrong again, and it might, you never know.
Yeah.
You know how you will react and how it impacts you, and it just gives you that same amount of confidence that like you've done this before.
Yes.
Who cares? You could just. I mean, it's not who cares, obviously, but you can just get through it, right?
Yeah. Well, I think, sorry, because I was about to say, I think everybody kind of felt that with the pandemic right now. They didn't fail, but it was a real shit. They were shaken up, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure people had plans. Everybody had their life organized, and then some catastrophic event happened, and then everybody had to like really
readjust,
right?
Yeah.
Look internally. You were in the house for how long? You had to look internally and see, refocus
stuff out.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a reason why me with my folks at home, whenever we reference something before the pandemic, we call it the before times.
Oh yeah. That's what they're gonna say when our kids are gonna say, like
in the before times.
Before the pandemic, and then like pre-pandemic, and then post-pandemic.
Pretty much.
Like how they say, like BC time and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
BC and AD.
AD.
So, is there any point in your career that something either good or bad happened that completely like blindsided you, that you didn't expect?
That's a tough question, man.
Hey, off the top of your head, you knows a perfectly fine answer.
Not really. Maybe getting to the maybe getting to this position so early. I always wanted to like run my own company and things like that eventually, but maybe getting to executive level as early as I did,
Yeah.
So that's probably one thing that kind of surprised me. But then I took the challenge. And it went well.
And it's good that it did.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, right?
Or we'll have a different story then.
So, a lot of people, myself included, have people who we consider like a mentor, a supporter in whatever it is we do, be it friends or people from the industry. You got someone like that?
I have many mentors, man. Honestly, I'm one of those people. I'm not even joking around. Like I'm big on surrounding myself with people who are smarter than me, or people I can learn from. So I had like let's say for example when I first came to RIT, I even told Andre. I was like, yo, I was straight up with him. Like I am not good at coding. I need some help. Like this is, I knew how to shoot a gun from the military, this and that, that's what I know, but I needed help with this coding, man. Can you help me and just explain me, after class certain things, and he kind of took me under the wings and he explained that to me, and I appreciate that. So he got me to that point where I feel comfortable coding. Or even prior to that, when I was growing up, I had a mentor who was like, explaining to me about life, stuff like that. Like one of my best friend's uncle, he was like he was a really religious person, but he was really a kind and mentoring figure that kind of helped me navigate through life and things like that. So I always had a mentor, even in the military as well, learning from my tech sergeant or my master sergeant about how to navigate through the military. I'm huge about having a mentor.
Yeah, I try to do it whenever I can as well. Obviously, when you get to a certain point, you realize that you have to start becoming someone else's mentor, and that's when it gets scary, right?
Oh yeah.
That's like me learning from other people, great.
Yeah.
Hope it never stops.
Yes.
When it comes time to teach someone else what you know.
Yeah.
It's like, am I doing this right? Is this how it's supposed to work?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with the sentiment that you like surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you.
That's me. I have no shame on that.
Yeah, me neither. I will to this day say the only reason I was able to graduate was because I had people who were smarter than me around me who told me just sit down and get it done.
Yeah, of course, and absorb that, that brain knowledge around them,
absorb that brain knowledge, yeah. How do you obviously like being so high up in a company comes with its own challenges, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess it takes up a lot more of your time, I assume, than you'd expect a boss man position to take up, because everyone assumes like once you're the boss, you can kick back, sort of relax on your tail.
Yeah.
So how does managing that with the music, does that come into play? Have there been sacrifices in either front?
I'll say I'll break it down to two things. First, music is like my getaway. That's like where I don't have to think so much and I can be in my like happy place and do something that I really love, That's why it's funny, some people ask me why am I still DJing sometimes till like 3 or 4 in the morning. It's like because I have a passion for music. I love discovering stuff and sharing it to people, especially if it's new music, right? I like to contribute to that aspect. Second part is it never conflicted with work with me, but the thing is, I came up, like I said, I came up as an intern all the way up to the executive level. So right now, which I still have a hard time with, is I still like to code, right? Like I have to manage, like now we're up to like 19 people. I have to manage 19 people, and then sometimes I still want to like have time to code because I still don't feel fulfilled. Yeah. I'm still a developer. I still don't feel fulfilled unless I push some code out, So I'm still trying to manage that where it's like, can I still have that internal, like, you're a developer too, so that internal feeling of like coding a little bit,
drive.
right? And then I still have, but if I'm spending minutes coding, decision needs to be made, So that's one of the things I'm not struggling, but I'm still managing slightly about.
I'm still on the fence about it because I switched it around a bit. I'm not a developer right now.
Okay.
But I scratch that same itch because I'm in the master's program.
Yes.
We still do a lot of coding, and that's where I get my fill of it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, I get that sense.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like that itch where it's like, I want you to like push a code out just to feel like internal.
It's not even that for me. So I'm in a position where I write out all the design specs for stuff, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, I feel guilty for assuming I know the same stuff my developers know, right? Mm-hmm. It's like I'm giving them stuff to do, and I don't feel qualified to be giving them stuff to do.
I get it. Yeah. You want to know every spec, every little inch and nail before you tell them.
And that's why I try to sit down on code reviews with them, just sort of so you can figure out how it works.
Of course.
It just feels stupid.
No, I get what you mean.
Thank you. That's what it is. It's imposter syndrome.
Yeah, but also I'm big on showing. I like to get my hands dirty. Whereas like if I'm telling people what to do, I wouldn't be afraid to do it myself. If you get what I'm trying to say, right? So I wouldn't be. If I'm telling you to code, I will code that too as well. But I get what you mean.
Right, now we're moving on to casual or conversation.
Conversation? Yes.
With a bunch of either-or questions.
Okay.
And some of them are toughies.
All right, toughies. Okay.
They ain't going to be easy. They're going to be philosophical. Mm-hmm. Robots or dinosaurs?
Robots or dinosaurs? Damn. Can I say a robot dinosaur?
I mean, you can. If you've ever listened to dubstep, that's what it is, basically. Right? I mean, Excision's whole light show is a giant robot dinosaur stomping around on stage.
All right, robot.
Robot?
Yeah.
All right.
Because it can be a dinosaur if you program it to.
I dig it. All right. I'll accept the answer. Okay. I'll accept the answer. All right. So, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Ooh. Damn, why'd you have to do that to me? I love both.
I know my answer, so.
Oh, damn. But I say Star Wars.
I'm going to say Lord of the Rings.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, really? I love Lord of the Rings too, but something about Star Wars that gets me.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm about to get some dead players, trust me.
Did you watch The Mandalorian? Did you watch...
No, I didn't watch The Mandalorian.
You see, that's why. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, it's not even... It's not... Like, I love Star Wars. I did watch all of the movies.
Yeah.
I will stop looking for
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with that. That's why I said I was going to get some dead players.
You see?
It's just fantasy is better than sci-fi.
It is. And just because if Star Wars was magic and elves and stuff, and it wasn't phasers or blasters, right, and lightsabers,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'd love it a lot more. Because right now, I feel like the world building, especially after they ditched all the books and said that they aren't canon anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't find the world compelling enough.
I get what you mean. I think they messed it up. Disney messed it up when they took over. So I agree on that aspect, but prior to that, like
prior to that, it'd be a lot closer.
Yeah,
it would be a lot closer.
You gotta watch The Mandalorian because that's what
I know. I keep seeing it.
George Lucas is like
I know, and I keep seeing clips of it. I don't watch as many shows as they did anymore.
He's doing a really good job. He's the one who did the Star Wars the the Clone Wars. He did Clone Wars and now he's doing the show. Yeah. Okay. But I love Lord of the Rings as well. Don't get me wrong. Game of Thrones, all that stuff. I love it.
Instagram or Twitter?
I'm not a fan of either, man. I'm more of a private person, but I use Instagram because I'm a DJ. I have to promote stuff.
But one thing I realized about, I guess both.
Yeah.
Twitter really hasn't caught on, especially in the Balkans.
I see what you're saying. I feel like Twitter's like more political and everything.
I mean, is it?
It's more like it's huge. It's more like celebrities and politicians and stuff like that uses it.
It's because Twitter's basically just spouting whatever's in your brain at the time onto a screen, and then disregarding the consequences by just like blocking the tweet or whatever.
Yeah, but how you feel about Elon Musk? Like he bought Twitter.
I mean, who cares at this point? People keep like worrying about someone buying something else, and it's like, he's the owner. Trust me, no one on their board is going to change a damn thing.
True. But let me ask you this. How you feel the fact that he bought it because he feels the importance of Twitter and how for civilization, he says like it should be free speech.
Look.
I think he thinks it's the pillar of like free speech.
Look,
Twitter.
It's also the guy who got bored and made a flamethrower. That's not a flamethrower, so it's probably one of his long cons to get more money somehow.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I'm not an expert on any of those matters at all.
No, I get it.
I barely follow them. I just know it. If people think it's going to have a big impact on their life, they're probably wrong.
Yeah, I get it.
That's. I got another good one for you.
Okay.
Book smarts or street smarts?
To me, it's street smarts, man.
Same.
Of course, man.
Same.
Street smarts.
Because
I think if you know how to deal with people, if you have like people intelligence, you can navigate almost anywhere, man.
I can just have my smart homie do it for me.
I'll say street smarts, man. Maybe because I'm not if I was a super nerd, maybe I'll say book smart. I don't know. But I think street smarts.
Probably not. Probably not.
Street smarts, man. Understanding humans and how to navigate and adapting to
how to talk to people.
Exactly. That's huge. It's huge.
It is. Which, for better or worse, is probably a lot more useful in this day and age than book smarts is.
Yeah, you constantly have to negotiate on anything, you know? So if you know how to make your way through it, you'll go far.
Yeah. Would you rather get a speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
I'll say in Croatia, I'd rather get a parking ticket because it's cheap compared to the States or in Japan.
What annoys you more, speeding tickets or parking tickets? Disregard the price. What is more annoying?
Speeding ticket, because sometimes they hit you where you don't even know how the. Sorry, I can't curse here. How the hell did I get? Where did this? Where did it catch me from? Camera or from a police or something like that. Yeah, speeding tickets, especially when they email you that. When they mail you that, you don't see no flash or anything. You just get hit with it.
So I can probably ascertain. Fancy words here.
Okay, yeah.
Ascertain the answer to this one, but outer space or bottom of the sea?
No, I'm not outer space.
Yeah, I prefer the bottom of the sea.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a sea person. I'm not a
water person.
Well, I can swim and stuff, but the thing is, like, I got a fear of whales.
Of whales. Out of anything in the ocean, you got a fear of whales.
I don't picture a big ass whale coming towards you while you're in the water and opening his mouth and then accidentally swallowing you.
What about a slightly smaller but still extremely large shark?
Okay, but still, a huge whale, I'll pass out as soon as I see it.
Nah, that'd be fine.
A big tongue coming at you and taking you, swallowing you. You're not going to be scared.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But then again, I know where I live, and the odds of a whale doing that to me,
all right, but
there's more chances of a shark eating me than that happening.
All right, but let's see if you go to the ocean and you see a whale. You wouldn't be scared?
No, I try to swim next day.
To a whale?
Yeah.
Let's say a blue whale.
I'm
huge.
Down. Yeah, I'm down.
Man, I'll pass out. I'm sorry. You're brave.
I'm a certified free diver.
What that's why. You see, that's why. You don't count.
You don't count. You don't count.
Yeah, I'd rather go to space.
See, and I have a fear of space. It's all cold, really? no oxygen.
It's cool. It'll be quick. Whatever happens.
A rock hits me at like 700 million miles an hour.
The impact will be quick. You won't feel it.
Batman or Superman?
Everybody's gonna say Batman, man. I love Batman, but I used to be a huge Superman fan when I was as a kid. Okay, I was a huge Superman fan growing up as a kid, but then when I got to an adult, I like Batman.
Yeah, because you realize Batman makes more sense.
Batman
makes more sense.
And more grounded and realistic, and
I never really,
what he goes through.
Even growing up, I didn't like Superman.
Really?
Yeah, he was just overpowered.
Really? Yeah, I get it. But then
it's like every single episode of the cartoon or the comics is someone finding a way to get kryptonite or something.
True, to get him. But I felt bad for Batman every time, like the Justice League.
Yeah,
they all
keep
fly.
Making fun of him.
They'll fly out and stuff, and he has to run, and he has to catch up and stuff like that.
I saw a meme the other day of it's just like a slideshow of the old '80s Justice League cartoon, right?
Yeah.
And it goes like, Batman says, "Yeah, I should probably be the leader of the Justice League," and you just hear Wonder Woman and the Flash and Green Lantern going like, "Why would you be the leader of the Justice League?" I literally bought the building, and everything here belongs to me.
Definitely.
And you hear Superman go, "Well, Bruce, I mean, I pay, like, I give you a part of the money I earn from my job." Batman goes, "I own your building. You're paying me my own money."
Yeah. The Daily Bugle was a Daily. No, that's Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wrong question. It was supposed to be DC versus Marvel.
And
there's only one correct answer.
Yeah, DC, obviously.
DC. It's Marvel.
Oh, really?
Nah, DC all the way.
Yeah, I'm a DC person.
Marvel.
Dark.
Nah.
It's too happy.
Yeah, it is, right? Everything like, nah. Just nah. DC's better.
Yeah.
Not a big movie.
They're getting better, though. It's starting to get good. Did you watch the last Batman movie? The Batman?
Was it good?
I liked it. You didn't like it?
I don't remember the last time.
It was long.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a new movie, man. I swear. You know when it was? It was when we went to watch Star Wars together. That was the last movie I seen in theaters.
And it was trash.
How many years ago was that?
Like 5.
That was like 5 years ago when we went to go see it.
Well, I watched Batman, but at 11:30.
Oh, you messed up.
Big mistake.
Yeah, that's
So
why
you got home at like 4 a.m.?
Yeah, you made a mistake, bro.
It's definitely better than
You didn't like Aquaman?
Literally the only movie I ever fell asleep to at the movie theater.
How do you fall asleep to Jason Momoa, though?
Exactly, it was that bad.
All that muscle in the water.
It was that bad.
I mean, all right, fine. Next time you go to see Aquaman, I'll see it instead of you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm straight. I'd still watch that guy all day. I have no issue with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see that Doctor Strange movie.
Is it something like,
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Emperor in court than...
Let's not bring it up. Let's not bring up
Oh, we're going there?
hearsay.
Is she in the next movie?
I don't know. I hope not. She should. She's supposed to be in the next Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
Not if the petition doesn't come.
I'm waiting for the Harry Potter reference. You still haven't had one.
I'm gonna slip it in somewhere, don't worry.
All right. You a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, I love Harry Potter.
You do?
That was too easy.
No. Wait.
I was supposed to.
But wait. I want to ask you a question. Would you stop? You're the producer.
Yeah.
Stop. Jeez. Books or movies?
Man, I love the first 3 movies, but the books got me because they came out when I was as a kid, and I remember the whole
Good answer.
the whole pandemonium when it came out. Like everybody was like, "You were the cool kid if you had the book." Huh?
Worst book?
The worst book?
Out of the Harry Potter series. Or
I
movie,
don't
whatever.
have one. For the movie, it felt like towards the end it got worse to me.
Yeah, it did.
I was out of it towards the end. I couldn't do it no more.
Mine's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Book and movie. Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix?
'Cause the entire thing is them in a room doing nothing.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously some drama and inter-character like stuff.
Yeah. But did you love Harry Potter as well?
Yeah. I read it in 3 languages.
Yeah. You saw that he's like starring in a new movie? You saw the trailer for that? Weird Al Yankovic, like he's playing him. Harry Potter. Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic
Yes.
is playing Harry Potter.
No. Vice versa.
Oh.
Harry Potter is playing Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, but how can you look at him and,
That's
And
the
say-
thing. That's the
He has range. He has really, really
No, he does. But it's the same as what's his name? I forgot the actor's name. Frodo. It's not Tobey Maguire. Is it?
No, it's not Tobey.
The Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Elijah Wood is Frodo.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes when you're known for one, the movie's too good or too big, you're like stuck with that character, and nobody can
then
see you outside of it.
You watch a movie called Green Street Hooligans, and all I see is Frodo punching people.
Frodo injects help.
But let's say,
Yeah.
let's say Robert Downey Jr. Right?
Yeah,
Can you
he's
see
Iron
him-
Man.
You can't see him in something.
He's
Iron Man something else. Sherlock Holmes
he's-
is like
he's
Iron Man.
either Iron Man. He's either Iron Man or Blackface from Tropical Thunder.
Then you have Tony Dusper, who's changed like 50 personalities.
Oh yeah, he's crazy with it. He's crazy with it.
You
Yeah.
just really want to bring it up.
Or let's say Chris Evans. I can't see him as
anything else, yeah.
but Captain America.
I mean, Channing Tatum has the same thing.
All the way.
Yeah, but he is a generic dancer, and that's all
But
he
there's
is.
certain actors that are like, I don't want to disrespect them, but they're not really acting. It feels like they choose movies that fit their personality.
Yeah.
Like, let's say like George Clooney. I haven't seen him like
Or
change.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, I like Antonio Banderas, man. But he does, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
the farthest
acts the
he's
same.
ever moved away from himself was, I forgot what the movie even was.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you're right.
one of
I
those
get what you're saying.
Dumb comedy movies where he played a Greek bad guy who still spoke in a Latin.
Why is he when it was in Shrek? When he was Puss in
Oh, Puss in Boots? Oh, man.
But it wasn't. He was still a Latino fiery man, and that was it.
What's the furthest range you've seen George Clooney in?
Coffee commercial.
That was a good one.
All right, I think we can wrap this up. Before we leave,
Yeah.
plug all of your stuff. All of it.
Man.
Whatever you want to plug it.
Man, the only thing is, look out for, follow us, my company at TDA. We're planning on launching something big around the fall time, so look out for that. And also check out my radio show on Yamat's FM called Heat every Wednesdays, 9 p.m. to 11.
Yeah, and I think they have an Instagram that's just
Heat. Follow
Heat.fm,
Heat,
right?
Yeah, Heat.fm. Follow it. Follow Heat.fm.
All right, that's it.
Thank you again, man, for having us.
It's all good.
It was a pleasure.
That's it, right?
It's a wrap.